Let me be your healer.
So we're here today. My coworker is getting married. Actually, she might already be married. She's already pregnant. But in China, there's kind of like a rolling wedding season, I think. Like you have the legal thing done, and then you have the big party, and they're not always at the same time. But anyway, so they invited us out to the hotel where we're gonna celebrate their nuptials coming soon. I told my Chinese tutor that I was coming to this wedding today, so we chatted a little bit about the differences between American and Chinese weddings. And I said I had noticed like it's much more casual. It seems people dress much less formally. And she said, that's true now, but it didn't always used to be that way. And I thought about it a little bit, and like American weddings didn't always used to be so formal. Like, I don't know. We switched, I guess. Hi. Hi! So when teacher Carly, my co-teacher, gave me the invitation, she was like, you can come with Matthew, who is the other foreign teacher, you can bring your husband, whoever, the more the merrier, which like is not done in American weddings. Like there's big fights in families over who gets a +1 and who doesn't. But this is a much more relaxed, come on down, enjoy the grub. And you bring your red envelope, which is a lot easier than picking something from a registry. And then they give you a little goodie bag. They give us a pack of cigarettes and some candies, which, you know, that's the way. It's funny because these events always elicit like, oh, so what's it like in your country? How is it different here? Blah, 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 blah. But Peter and I like essentially eloped. So it is like I have to learn how to say like, this is what our wedding was like, but that's not normal. This is not the tradition. I mean, I can tell you, I know the traditions, but you know, it's not set in stone. I say we had a non-traditional wedding, but I think there is like the movie image of the woman in the white dress in the church, and that's had at night, and there's a party and blah, blah, blah. But I've been to a lot of weddings that don't fit that mold. I think there's a temptation to like say what's happened to me is what happens to everybody. But I would say I've been to enough weddings that are personalized towards the bride and groom in the United States to say like, I reject tradition, which I guess is why I'm here at this Chinese wedding. But, I mean, to maybe make that thought a little more coherent, coming to China and talking to Chinese people about what American traditions are like has really crystallized for me, like, there's maybe an average way things are done, and there's certainly a way things are represented in the media, but I think we still have like very rich personal histories. And I'm sure that the same is true for Chinese people. There's like the version of the national story we tell about our traditions, but everybody has their own personal experience, which is, you know, beautiful.
看着自己的女儿，当李宁刚刚来到这个世上的时候，你会看着自己的女儿，心里面是非常紧张，又开心快乐。紧张是我做爸爸了，我有了自己的女儿，有了自己的小公主。紧张是什么？从此以后，我就成为一位人生当中最重要的一个角色，那就是为人父母。小的时候，当女儿穿着你第一次给她买的新衣服，背着你第一次给她买的新书包，蹦蹦跳跳来到幼儿园的时候，你心里会非常开心，非常快乐。女儿啊，你慢慢的长大，我和妈妈是那么的爱你。女儿一天天在长大，小的时候是非常的调皮，爸爸就会说：“女儿啊，你快点长大吧，早一点找到一个爱你的男人，爱你的老公。” 和妇女下半身。这一天来得非常之快。
It's interesting. This is the second Chinese wedding I've been to, and I can recognize, you know, what's Chinese about it. But if you were an alien studying human Earth culture, I mean, weddings have that part where you share your values with your community and then you make promises to each other. The Chinese wedding specifically has much more to do with the parents than American weddings do. Although I'm sure there are many American parents who feel like the wedding should have been about them. And confetti cannons, those are something that was sorely lacking from our wedding. But in all, it was like a fun celebration. We all ate lunch. They're all going out to the old town nearby to party some more. We're boring, nose to the grindstone Americans, so we're going home to do some work. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, speaking of what makes a wedding, ours, as I mentioned, was very non-traditional, and we kind of designed a whole ceremony ourselves because it wasn't religious, and our friend was the officiant, so he didn't even really have anything. So we had, like, my sisters read the lyrics of an XTC song, and then Peter and I told the story of our love, and then everybody cried, and then we went out for barbecue. And Peter was a vegetarian at the time. I mean, so what makes a wedding is what you decide.
In China with your Peter, 𝗖𝗵𝗴𝗶 with your Peter, living in China with your Peter, floating on the